What is going on today, guys? So today we are doing another commentary video on Rainbow Six Siege. And today I kind of want to talk about the meta within Rainbow Six Siege. Now, I know I already have a video up about the meta within Rainbow Six Siege, but today I just want to kind of dive deeper into it and talk a little bit more about it, because it's honestly kind of crazy to me how we went from such a like a slow breach and clear kind of meta. Everyone kind of droned a lot, they checked their corners, they were bringing a lot more utility, using a lot more utility, and people were overall playing a lot slower. And now we are in this extremely aggressive meta that's very fast paced, very very aggressive, and it's all about getting kills. Like before, it was heavily dependent on, like, you know, obviously you want to get kills, but it was more dependent on getting the bomb down. You know, it was like, all right, here's the objective, I'm gonna get the bomb down in any means to do so. I'm gonna get through this X amount of utility, and once we get through this utility as a team, you know, to get through this utility, we're gonna need XYZ operators, and then we can get in, plant the bomb, and protect it. And then as defense, you'd want to defend that site for as long as possible until a bomb goes down, and then defuse the bomb. But now it's all about pretty much who could kill the other team faster, right? Like when you get in, the bomb is kind of a second priority instead of a first priority. Like people would much rather enter in, frag out, and go for the kills on site than plant that bomb on site. And I see it all the time. Like someone will have the bomb, will enter in through, and instead of planting the bomb, they just continue pushing further into sight. And it's like, whoa. At least put the bomb down first before you continue pushing. But no, they'll just push right through until they eventually either get the kills or die trying. And it's crazy to me how the meta could shift so in such a like drastic direction. Like we are literally in a completely opposite direction compared to where we were. So I'm referring to like more like 2020 2021 air, where it was very heavily utility based. It was very heavily dependent on, as I said, being slow, methodical, droning out everything, checking your corners. You could say like more tactical in a sense, compared to now we're in this TDM meta where people are just playing super highly aggressive. They're using more aggressive ops like Ash. Like I used to never play Ash whatsoever. I personally, when I first started this game, I actually started out playing Finka. That was probably like my most played op on attack, and then on defense it was probably, I'd say probably Mute and Cade. And then eventually, like, it shifted, like on attack, it shifted to, I became a hard breacher. That just ended up becoming my, like, my role was a hard breacher. I just always ended up bringing some sort of hard breaching gadget, whether it was thermite to open a really big hole, you know, like, let's say we're playing on Chalet, got to get the basement breach open. Where the heck did this guy just come from? The fuck? You just came out of nowhere. Yeah, whether it's Chalet, for example, or even Canal. Let's say Canal, and you need to get this breach open right here. You know, bring thermite or Ace. If you need fast breaching, or Habana if you need hatches. And that was always my role. Now, given I still, it's not like I don't still play those ops. I still play a lot of Mute. I still play a lot of Cade. Because they're still great picks that my team needs a lot of the time. Because I play more of a support role. I kind of fill or support like flex almost, where I fill in the gaps of what my team needs a lot of the time. At least I try to. Like if we need a hard breacher, I bring a hard breacher. If we already have a hard breacher but we don't have EMPs, I bring EMPs. If we on defense already have like a Cade or a Bandit, but we have no one to burn any sort of grenades, then I bring a Jaeger or OMI. Or maybe we have no traps, then I bring a Capcan or a Thorn, or you know, you get the point. So I still play those ops a good amount, but I also use ops that, like, what the hell? Holy. I also bring a lot of ops that I still maybe used like once in a while, but now I use a lot more. Like Ashe. Like Ashe is a big one where I never really used to use her that much because she just wasn't that good, and now she's a really viable pick that I'll bring like a good amount of time. I'll be like, oh, okay, like Ashe is good for this site. We could definitely use an Ashe right now. Let me pick Ashe, which is crazy to think. Like, and that just goes to show how much the meta has changed. And even picks like on defense, like right now, like Warden is a really good pick, right? He has a really good gun that has a 1.5 scope on it. He brings a nitro and a shield, but really the nitro is the more important one, because shields are kind of falling out of the meta right now. And that's only because shields are still good. I'd say shields are definitely still good and could apply a lot of pressure on the enemy team. But the problem is people don't want to be hitting behind shields as often, because the whole point of like having a shield is having someone behind there holding that shield, holding behind the shield, and playing off of it. But people would much rather just be running around and trying to frag out, which you see a lot more. Like, compared to like utility meta, you had maybe one roamer and the rest of the people were kind of playing on site or around site. But now people are scattered around the map. You now have maybe one person on site, and then everyone else is kind of playing wherever. And I see that a lot. Where people just want to get extremely aggressive at, you know, right off the bat. And some teams are like I was playing a game yesterday and we didn't even, first off, we get in, team force doesn't reinforce whatsoever. So now I'm stuck doing all the reinforcements. We need there's walls that typically get blown up, so if they bring a hard breacher, it would put more pressure on us. So then I had to get those walls, but then we also needed holes, like head holes, rotates, feet holes. So I ran mute because then I had the shotgun and I was able to put down the mute jammers. But then I was stuck reinforced. So I did everything. I literally set up the whole site. And by the time the round started, I was still setting up site, but this team like rushed in, like did the quickest rush ever from spawn. Like they were playing on Chalet and we're playing on master bedroom bomb site. And they rushed in from library like so quickly, and we just had nothing to stop them because I was still trying to set up site. So I got taken out pretty quickly because I was in the middle of setting stuff up, and they hit site so quickly that my team that's now scattered around looking for the enemies had no clue that everyone was already on site, so they had site control. They get bombed down. My team goes to try to retake, but they were unsuccessful, and we lose. And surprisingly, we got the game all the way to 4-4. Last round we're playing basement, and the last time that we had played basement, they had got the main breach open and worked from there. So I'm like, all right, the best thing to do is to keep that main breach closed for as long as possible, and then if when they have it open, have a mirror ready for when the main breach does get open, and then also make sure that the backside is electrified as well, or has some sort of wall denial as well, so then we can kind of hold the site for when they breach through. Well, they ended up doing a completely different take. They rushed through the back. Team didn't reinforce it all again. So round starts, I'm still reinforcing, and I get caught while reinforcing. The team, their blitz rushes through the backside, guns me down, and then their team's behind them, and it was just a mess. And our team, anticipating that they're coming through the front, everyone just rushes through the back and guns us down. And that's a good example of like how aggressive this meta is. And that's a typical, I mean, this team was a lot more coordinated with their rush, but it's typical to see rushes like that happen, where the you don't even have time to like finish reinforcing. You don't have time to finish doing anything, because by the time the timers you know is over, team's already rushing into sight. And you see that it's more and more and more common to see that, because of how aggressive people are playing. And beforehand, that just wasn't a thing. Again, referring back to like 2020, 2021, kind of when we were in a big utility meta. Now, to say, I can't say whether one is better than the other. I mean, I still have fun playing the game. I still enjoy playing the game. And I think there's good and bad from both metas. I don't think one is better than the other, personally. Like, sometimes I'll be, you know, in the example I was just talking about, team gets rushed and it's like, what the heck, this meta sucks. Like, this would have never happened in the utility meta. They would have never done a rush like this. It would have been a lot more slower. But then there's times where like my team is able to like rush in and just absolutely demolish team, and it's like, okay, that was pretty cool. Like, I'm able to get into sight, pop, you know, and it's pretty fun being able to just get in there and take everyone down. So I think it just depends on the player and kind of what you enjoy more. Do you enjoy a more tactical, slow, reach and clear kind of, let me check every nook and cranny, let me drone out every single room, let me you know, make sure that everything is completely clear? Or do you like a little bit more faster pace, less droning, less checking everywhere, and more, okay, let's just go directly sight, there's no point in checking here, no point in checking there, let's just hit sight and fast and get in there and gun everyone down. What the hell? Still printing sheets. It's sick. I'd say that's the major difference between both the metas. Just one being a lot slower and one being a lot quicker. Now there's the argument of like, what meta, where the fuck is this last guy? I swear I've searched every room up in this place. I don't know. We'll find him. But I think as for like people just starting out in this game, like if you're just picking up this game, and or even if you haven't played the game in a really long time and you're just getting back into it, I kind of think that the more aggressive TDM meta is better. Just because in the utility meta, it was a lot more based on bringing utility. You had to bring operators that, like, it was very dependent on bringing like Cade and Jaeger and Mute and Smoke and people like that, instead of just bringing like a Warden and calling it good. But now you could use pretty much any operator, so long as they have a good gun. I mean, most people have a pretty good gun that they could bring, and especially if they have a 1.5 scope on their gun, that makes it even better. Hear him. There he is. But I think it's a lot more friendly for newcomers, just because it allows them to kind of, they don't have to set up site as much. They don't have to sit around kind of waiting. They don't have to gain as much information as before. They don't have to run particular ops as much. They can kind of run whoever they want and still succeed with them and still do good. Now, if you want to play at the highest level and start to play against like actual like really good teams and play at higher ranks, I'd say probably once you hit like around gold and ranked is when you start to see like more site setup the right way, more people like actually reinforcing a little bit more. And then the more you move up the ranks, the more you start to see it more, like you'll see it more and more, and it'll start to get a lot better. Like at first it'll be like, okay, like, we got a decent amount of reinforcing, the site's looking good for the most part, and it's like just slowly gets better and better and better as you move up. So you still have, it's not like setting up site or doing those slow breach and clears and bringing those go-to kind of operators still isn't a thing. There's definitely still times where it happens, and at higher ranks it definitely happens a lot more, I think. But at the same time, you could still completely 100% just bring someone like Ash even at the higher ranks and frag out. And again, whether it's good or bad, whether it's for the better or the worse, I mean, I don't really know. I think, like I said, I think both metas have their positives and negatives. To them, and I don't think one is better than the other. Now, there's definitely people that are good. There's definitely people that love this meta right now. They love the more aggressive meta. They love the more EDM kind of meta, and maybe that's even why they're playing the game right now. I have a friend who like would not play this game during the utility meta just because it was too slow for him. But now that the meta is a lot quicker and a lot more aggressive and he could play more aggressive, now he's liking the game and enjoying the game. But then there's other people who just they don't like that fast pace. They want to be more tactical. They want to be more slow. Really all depends. But I think that's all I'd like to talk about today for the meta within Rainbow Six Siege. Nothing too crazy. I just want to kind of give a general overview of it and give my opinion on it. And for anyone that was curious about it. But yeah, if you guys enjoyed the video, then please give the video a like. And if you guys want more content like this, then please subscribe to the channel. Every Monday, I try to get out my main content, which is reviews, tips and tricks, video essay giving my opinion on something, or even something like me well, yeah, giving my opinion on stuff. And then every Friday I try to get a video out like this, doing a commentary kind of video. So yeah, if you guys do enjoy stuff like this, then please subscribe to the channel. But yeah, that's gonna be it for me, guys. I hope you guys have a fantastic rest of your day, and yeah, bye guys, have a good one.